Hello everybody, this is David Sanders with URS Medical Breast Pump Depot. This is a brief tutorial on the new Escort and Express options for your breast pump depot, hopefully to streamline that operation and reduce the level of involvement of your lactation consultants in the breast pump depot process. Want to show you our current program options. This is a diagram showing all three options that we have now. The valet, which is your traditional breast pump depot process. This is what you're doing now if you're not already using Escort or Express. So most of our hospitals with whom we work, this is what you're currently employing. We want to show you the Escort and the Express options today. So one thing we'll point out before we get started is really two things. All three of these options begin here at the same point. They all have a common first step, and that is that the lactation consultant will identify the patient needing the pump and then complete the breastfeeding assessment form, or BFA. That is the prescription. And the other thing I wanted to point out is that with the valet process, the lactation consultant is really involved in every step throughout the process. You can see LC, LC, LC. So that's the objective we're trying to accomplish with the Escort and the Express options. Let's let the lactation consultant step out of this process, and let's let technology help us, and maybe let the patient take a little bit of ownership and responsibility in the process. Let's let her buy in, and that way she'll maybe know better where we are in the process, because as you'll see, we'll be communicating directly to her via text or email. So let's take a look at the Escort process. Again, the first step, identify the patient. Following the blue path here, the next step is really where it starts to differ significantly from the valet process, and that is because of this ticket. So this is a new concept with our Escort and Express processes, but the lactation consultant will give the breastfeeding assessment form and a ticket to the patient. Let's take a look at this ticket. I'd like you to see what this looks like, because this is something that is going to become commonplace in your depot if you use the Escort or Express process. This will be something we'll provide for you. It's going to be a tear-off pad similar to a little prescription pad. There'll be about 50 of these on each pad, and this is going to convey some important information to your patient. We want your patient to know that with this is their ticket to receiving their breast pump the same day. We do not want them to lose this ticket, because at the end of this process they're going to write their authorization code right here, and we want them to start the process really quick. Now, practically speaking, your lactation consultant will be helping them through this process. This is going to take 2 or 3 minutes, so it's very fast, but you may have to be at the bedside during your initial consultation and just kind of help mom through this using a smartphone. Now, it's up to you if you want to use mom's smartphone or your lactation consultant's smartphone. That can be an internal decision you make. But if your patient does not have a smartphone, then you can always default to your traditional depot process, the valet process that we're calling it now. So you can just fax the request in. But the point of this ticket is we want to direct the patient to this website. This is a QR code. If your phone has a QR scanner, you can scan this QR code and it will take you directly to this website. This is where there's a few data points we're going to ask you to enter, or your patient to enter, again allowing the lactation consultant to not have to spend so much time involved in the process. Before you hand this ticket to your patient, though, we need you to select an option. We need you to check one of these off. Either Escort, which means you're going to deliver the patient or the pump directly to the patient, just like you've always done, or the Express option, which means this is you telling us you want us to ship the pump to the patient. This might be appropriate for those patients that you catch late in the process, knowing that they're going to discharge soon, and you just want to have the pump shipped directly to the patient's home. And then finally, the hospital code here, although it's blank on this example, when you receive your tickets, they're going to have your hospital code stamped there. We're going to do that, so there'll be a numerical 3-digit code there for your hospital. Again, this is the ticket. You're going to hand this along with your breastfeeding assessment form to your patient, and then you're going to help the patient complete that web page. That gets us to this step. So let's take a look at the web page and see what that looks like. This is it. This is what you will see on the smartphone when you enter that address. You can see this is at ursmedical.com/ticket. So this form is also available in Spanish. If you click that, it will view a Spanish option for you if you have Spanish reading patients. So the first thing we need you to do on this form is upload a copy of your prescription or the breastfeeding assessment form. So you can see you're going to click that button, and it's going to give you the option to either take a photo or to choose a photo from your library. So I'm just going to take a photo, and here on my desk I have a breastfeeding assessment form. I'm going to take a picture of that, and again, you'll be doing this from your smartphone or from your patient's smartphone. You can see it's uploading or attaching already. You're going to select your option, your delivery method option, and this generally will be Escort, and enter the hospital code. Again, these two data points are found on the ticket. We talked about that already. Email, I'm just going to enter my email address. I'm going to enter my cell phone number. Again, this will be for mom, but I'm going to put mine in. Mother's first and last name. Mother's date of birth. I would suggest entering, just entering the digits here, as opposed to clicking on this little calendar feature, because you'll be scrolling through a lot of years and months if you use the calendar feature. However, for the baby info, you might use that calendar feature because the baby's going to be really young, so that just means you're not going to have a lot of days to scroll through. So there you go, there's the baby's information. And then finally we need some insurance information. So just enter insurance company, the mom's insurance. I'm just going to say Medicaid, and Medicaid number. Again, we mentioned on the ticket we need to have that information handy, maybe before you jump into the website here. Click submit, and you'll see immediately you're going to get a confirmation telling you we've received this request. We're going to work as soon as we can, or as hard as we can, to get this breast pump approved ASAP. When your breast pump is approved, we will email you an authorization code along with, so there you see the email just hit. So I just received this. It actually came right to me. But we're going to send mom an email with additional instructions for your next step. So that is our form. And let's go back and look at the process. So we just completed this process. That took 3 or 4 minutes. Now, we're going to, after we approve the pump, we're going to send the authorization code directly to the patient, because keep in mind, at this step, you gave us the email address and the cell phone number for mom, so we can text her, we can email her, we can call her if we have any insurance questions, or maybe an address doesn't look right or something just doesn't look right. We'll call her, again allowing the lactation consultant to be removed from all those questions, and we'll just go straight to the source. So this authorization code will now go straight to your patient, and let's take a look at what that looks like. We're going to email or text, and it will look like this. This is what your patient will receive. This is an email, and it's going to have the authorization code here. It's going to have some brief instructions. To receive your breast pump today, you must write this authorization code on your ticket, and we're showing a little arrow there. That's where you need to write the authorization code. We actually give them these instructions twice, here in bullet points at the top, and then again here we added a picture of the ticket. And what happened? Anyway, you can write your authorization code right there. So getting back to the process, we just emailed the authorization code to the patient, and when we gave the patient instructions to write the authorization code on the ticket and hand that to the nurse, that's your green light to dispense the pump, just like you always have. When you get your authorization code, you hand the pump to the mom and get the signature on the delivery ticket. So let's look at this delivery ticket. We did revise our delivery ticket, and in the next few weeks you might start seeing these new delivery tickets come through. So it's going to look like this, and it's going to be kind of a label or a seal. So this will be attached, or it's a sticker, and it'll be on the box. Okay, this area will be on the top of the box, and then there'll be kind of a little dotted line right here. So this is where the opening of the box. If you want to open up the breast pump, you're going to have to maybe use your fingernail and just kind of cut through this little paper label right here. But we want you to see this. We want you to do this before you open the box. So we encourage the lactation consultant to help or facilitate your patient, just like you have been doing with having them sign the delivery ticket. So the patient will print their name here, sign here, date here, okay, And here's some instructions. Print your name and sign below. Take a photo of this delivery ticket, and then click the QR code to upload the photo. Here's a QR code right here. Just like on the ticket, there's a link here. Or you can just enter this into your browser. Go to ursmedical.com/dt upload, and you can attach it right there. We'll go look at that site. Or you can just fax it. This inside this square will actually peel off. This will be kind of a sticker on a sticker. You can peel that off, attach it to a piece of paper, and then fax it to us. So when you scan this QR code, or if you go to this website address, it will look like this. You're going to have, again, here's the URL, ursmedical.com/dt upload, delivery ticket upload. And all you have to do is simply click, and again, you'll get the same prompt if you want to take a photo. Guess what? I have a delivery ticket on my desk. And you can see it's signed and dated by the patient. I'm going to select use that, and here you go. You can see it uploading. And when it's uploaded, I'm going to click the submit button. And that's going to come to me. You'll get a confirmation. This has been received. And in a second or two, you'll see it actually that email come through also when it hits. There it is. So I have the delivery ticket. This again is to eliminate you from having to go to the computer to print a face sheet, fax it to us, wait and wonder if it came through, and then also on the back end you won't have to fax us, make another trip to the fax machine to fax us the delivery ticket. So that's the Escort process. The Express process, very similar. Matter of fact, right here, we're using the same ticket, we're using the same little web page to upload that information. The only difference is that's really where it stops, because probably your patient's fixing to discharge, and we would ship the breast pump directly to the patient. So these are the options that we have available. We really hope that they help save you some time and allow the lactation consultant to focus on her core function of promoting and encouraging breastfeeding at your hospital. Please call us. If you have questions, you can email or call, and we look forward to getting feedback from you on these new options. Thank you so much for using Breast Pump Depot.